Okay. Recording has started, even though. Hi, Terry. Hey. All right. So I'm just going to give people a few moments to pop on. Hi. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Heather. Yay. Yay. So, yeah, we have about 16 people signed up. So we'll just give it another moment or two before we officially start. I'm really excited about this. I've never been guided to do something like this, and it was really specific, powerful guidance too. So I'm really excited to see what shows up for us. Hi, Sharon! Yay! That's my Muppet voice. All right, we'll just give people another moment or two, and then we will jump in. It's always hard to say who needs the recording and who doesn't because time zones. Time zones. Hi, Courtney, welcome. We're just giving it another moment or so, and then we'll get started. Hi, Mom. Okay, so let's see where we want to start. So for those of you who haven't worked with me in this way before, I'll just tell you a little bit about it, about how I work. So I'm a channeler and an energy healer, and sort of thinking about this, I was like, I'm a teacher, sort of. I'm not really. I'm not like teaching you magic. You already know all of your magic. You know all of this. I'm just sort of reminding you about it and kind of like helping you open up to it. So that's what it is. So it's really like I love doing work like this because when we gather together and I channel like a ceremony or this Imbolc ceremony that I was guided to do with Brigid, it's channeled for this group. It's channeled for the 16 people who've signed up for this. So it's going to be really, really specific. I mean, maybe not that specific. It's going to be what it is. I'll just open up and we'll see what shows up. But it is channeled for you. So that can be really beautiful. And while we don't really have space for personal questions in this ceremony, if I say anything that you don't understand or you just have questions about, feel free to pop it into the chat box, and I'll check in with those when the ceremony is complete, when we're done with whatever's going to come through. And of course, take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. If there's anything that doesn't feel good for you for any reason, just leave that to the side. You know your truth. You know what is true and right for you. So anything else pops up, just let it go out. So, all right, let's see where we want to start here. Let's just all take a deep breath together, land here in this place. I work with a council. Brigid is one of them, but I work with a big council of ascended masters and sacred magical animals. So if we get some guest cameos, don't be surprised. We've already got Archangel Michael drawing. It looks like what he's doing. Okay, this is really beautiful. Archangel Michael is drawing a circle for each of us individually, but it's a really beautiful, like, geometrical, like sacred geometry. So we each have our own circle, but there's a little piece of the circle where each of us connect, where we connect in this ceremony. Thank you. That's really beautiful. I've never seen it that way before. So Archangel Michael is drawing the circle for us for protection, for transformation, so that we can be safe and open and held and loved in this space as we receive whatever Brigid has for us, whatever Imbolc has for us. So just breathe into that. Feel yourself landing in your body, landing here, knowing that this is your time, your space to receive whatever you need to receive today. The heels of this really powerful once in a lifetime supermoon that we just had yesterday. This is a really beautiful time for shedding, for shedding what's old so that we can open up to the light of what's coming, the light of ourselves, the light of what we're here to be and share and experience in the world. And so Brigid is here for us today, okay? And she's stepping in. And she actually wants me to read again, if you guys saw this, the 2 paragraphs that I channeled when I was told really strongly to do this ceremony, even though I was like, Imbolc, what's Imbolc? So she'd like me to read those to kind of remind us all why we're here and what we're showing up for. And to remind me, because sometimes I channel things and then I just go straight out again. Okay, so Brigid says, to us, to this group, I want to help you call in the light. I want to help you begin to create what your heart most longs to create, whether that's a beautiful work of art, a powerful and world-changing book, a baby, greater wealth with which to enjoy your time on earth. And I want to help you recognize and honor your magic, your wholeness, and your deep, abiding love. You are known throughout the cosmos for your tireless devotion to humanity, your love for the world, and your ability to call in great change and great hope. I want to help you recognize your magic, your ability to funnel that magic into the earth and your light, and to help you honor and ready yourself for this next great season. Isn't that nice? So, I'm going to put my phone as far away from me as possible now. Okay, so a few more deep breaths. Feel a grounding cord dropping from the base of your spine down into the center of the earth, all the way down to the center of the earth, where it wraps once, twice, 3 times around the core of the earth, reminding you how you are supported by Mother Earth, by gravity, how much you are loved by this beautiful planet we live on today. In this space, Brigid is stepping in, and it looks like she's tapping each of our hearts. She's tapping her heart. She's encouraging us to open up in a new way. And her energy is going to help us with this. So when we call in these guides, these spirit guides, these ascended masters, and we ask them for help, they will show up and help. They can't supersede our free will and help without us asking. But when we ask to be shown the way, to be guided to the next step, to receive whatever healing, whatever light, whatever love we want, they will step in and show us how and help us with that. Sometimes we'll receive that information consciously. Sometimes it will be on a much deeper level. But we always receive it. We always get what we need. And so, okay, here's what she's doing. She's asking us to open up our hearts to the new energy of the world. Okay, there was a shift yesterday. Ooh, I just tingled all over. There was a shift yesterday in the energy of the planet. We've been receiving a lot of those shifts over the past number of years, but this was a big one. This was a really big one. And so we are literally in a new, the information I'm getting is new time and space and energy. And we're able to connect with that 5th and even 7th dimensional energy, our 5th and 7th dimensional selves, more powerfully than we've ever been able to, certainly in this lifetime, and probably for many of your other lifetimes here on this planet. So she's saying this is a big opportunity for us. So that's what she'd like us to start. She'd like us to start by opening up our hearts to ourselves, to our higher selves, to the new possibilities. She's saying the new possibilities to create what it is you're here to create, receive what it is you want to receive, and be supported in the way that you deeply desire, maybe even in a way that you don't feel comfortable desiring or you feel guilty for desiring. She's asking you, oh gosh, sorry to give this homework. She's asking you to think of 3 desires that feel uncomfortable, like it's not okay for you to have them. And of course, that not okay to have them is just your brain. That's old paradigm thinking. Okay, she's guiding me to give you an example just to help you with this. So for me, a place where I feel uncomfortable being supported is with money. And so she's asking me to ask for and know I can create a much greater amount of money than I've been able to do thus far. And then she's saying, and take that up 3 steps. And that will ask for a lot of work from me. A lot of like the spiritual work around shifting beliefs and, being present with what feelings are showing up and honoring them, that sort of thing. But she's asking all of us to think about the ways in which you want to be supported, the deepest desire of your heart and soul. Think of that and bring that into the space that we're opening up now. And know that it's possible for you, and it's more possible for you now than it ever has been because of this new energy that we're in. Just guiding us back to the heart, because I will sometimes go unconscious. So I have my hands over my heart. If that feels good to you, you may want to do that. So just breathe into your heart. Deeply into your heart. And Brigid is working each of our hearts now in the way that your heart energy, your heart chakra, most needs. And she's saying if you feel a little resistant to this or worried for any reason, just breathe into it. Breathe into whatever fear or worry is showing up. Breathe into your heart. Breathe into her energy. You can even feel yourself dropping into her arms. And Brigid is a really beautiful, powerful Celtic goddess with an ascended master. She has a really gentle, loving energy, but it's also very powerful. This energy can move you. This energy can help you call in things that have felt scary or impossible or too much for your human self. She's the one we can call on for, our masterpieces. If you're an artist, a writer, the most beautiful thing you could create in your life, you can create with her, and you can do that now. If you would like to create the experience of more money or more love or more support in any way, you can call on her. She was an oracular poet and a midwife, and just a really beautiful, beautiful energy. Okay, just checking in with our hearts. Okay, it feels like what she's doing now, that she's worked with us individually, and she's helping us together as a collective energy. And of course, if you're watching this later, if you're catching the replay, we're kind of stepping out of time and space here, so you are included in all of this. And for those of you who want to rewatch, you will probably receive something a little bit different the second time you connect with this, the third time you connect with this, because Ascended Masters can do that, and it's really cool. So now what she's doing for all of us is it's like she's dialing open our hearts. She's helping our heart energy open up. And she's saying the desires that you felt recently or for many years, they're all waiting for you. The moment that a desire is felt, it exists. The culmination of that desire already exists in your field. But what we need to do is really truly open ourselves up to it, clear space so that we can receive it, so that we can see it, so that it can show up in our physical world, in our physical experience in a new way. And she didn't want me to use the word reality because the reality has shifted. The reality of our life and our world is new. It's better, in case nobody's worried. As much as what we see outside in the greater world seems to contradict that, the energy we're stepping into now is much higher. But of course, we have a choice. We have a choice whether we want to participate with this new energy that's showing up, open ourselves up to that, or do we want to participate in the older energy that's just showing up so strongly now because it's being cleared, because in order for things to clear out of our experience personally and as a collective, it rises up, we see it, we feel it again, and it's often just shadows that we see and feel, at least when we're clearing through our own stuff, but we still go into the experience of it. So she's saying you have a choice as to which reality you want to experience. And this is not to disregard anyone's experience in life, whatever it is that you're going through right now. Of course not. She's just saying that there are new possibilities for you now, new possibilities to move out of suffering. And of course, suffering is something that we can shift out of no matter what the external experience looks like. And that can be a really hard thing for our human selves to comprehend. My human self, as soon as I stop channeling, is feeling, yeah, whatever. She's saying that it's true. It's true. And so she's inviting us now. Brigid works with a really beautiful emerald flame. It's this green, powerful, transformative flame. And she's inviting us all to take any place where we feel like we're truly suffering, or feel like we have suffered and are afraid that we're going to step back into that. She's inviting us to take that, whether it's represented in your mind's eye as words, or maybe it's a box, however it looks, however that suffering looks, she's inviting you to place it in her emerald flame where it can be transformed. So just take a moment, breathing deeply, and feel that suffering in your body, or in your mind, or in your energy. Whatever it looks like, whatever that pain looks like, hand it over to her. Put it into that emerald fire and feel it burn away. For me, that suffering is grief. There's just been a lot over the past 5 years that's come up around loss and pain, and so I was invited yesterday during the supermoon to release that, to be willing to step into a new experience after these other experiences happen. And so whatever your personal suffering looks like, hand it over if you choose, and she will help you in whatever way that you need. And she's reminding us now that you don't have to be here to receive her help. You don't have to be here with me to receive her guidance. She's available to any of you, and all of you are here because you're called to her, because you felt she had something for you. And so you can call her in anytime you want and ask her anything you like. Ask for healing, ask for help. She certainly has some specialties, but if she jumps into your mind for anything at all, invite her in. feels like, okay, I invited her in and nothing's happening. What the heck is this? You can also, just ask before you go to sleep, or when you're in a meditation, or when you're exercising, just put out the request and trust that it's coming. Sometimes this stuff happens for us subconsciously. So someone saying oh shoot. Yeah, two of you are saying that I'm very quiet. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see if this helps a little bit. I have a microphone, but and my voice is very quiet. Okay, I'll speak up a little bit. I hope that helps. Let me know, please. Yeah, I have a microphone, but there's a lot of construction going on in my neighborhood right now, and I didn't want that to get picked up. Anyway, okay. And if you missed anything in the quietness that was just there, know that it's not even so much about the messages that come through. It's as much about the energy. So just being here in this space will will start to transform whatever needs to be transformed for you. Will help you call in whatever experience you needed. So let's step back in as I remind myself to speak more clearly and loudly. She's laughing at me. Yeah, I think there are just some things happening there. Okay, so yeah, and if anyone wants to let me know if if it's better or if it needs more help, just please do. And I'll do what I can to take care of it. Okay, so okay, Brigid, what do you have for us now? It feels like, yeah, the Imbolc part of this, which is, as I understand it, the midpoint between winter and spring. So we're sort of in that, at least if you're in this hemisphere. I know a number of you are in other hemispheres, but we're sort of at that midpoint in between seasons, in between things. And so you may feel like you are in between. You may feel like you are in between where you were, where you want to go, and it's sort of like no man's land in the middle. And so that's something that she would like us to work with her on right now. Okay, so what have you got for us, Brigid? Okay, she's saying in the no man's land is where seeds are planted. It's where seeds are planted. And so if it feels like nothing is happening, if it feels like you're stuck in any way, know that you are simply in the watering period. You're simply in that place where you're tending to the soil, you're watering the soil, you're feeding the soil, and what is ready to bloom is it's working. It's working madly to get there. It's working with you. It's being created. What we just need to do is trust that it's being created. Don't try to like dig it up, but trust that it's growing, trust that it's blooming, and take care of it. Keep watering it, keep showing up for it. So if there's anything in your life that feels like it's not working or not happening in the way that you want it to, she's asking for an enormous amount of trust as well as opening your heart. And if opening your heart feels scary, I hear you. And I think that's why the first part of this ceremony came through the way it did. And it feels like actually she's going to be working on our hearts for the entire space of what we do this afternoon. So just breathe with it. If you feel any twinges, if you feel any big energy, just breathe with it. And if you don't feel anything at all, that's perfect too. It's all still being received. So, okay, the in-between space. Okay, she's saying it's actually possible to speed things up now. The possibility of altered timelines is big right now. So she's saying you can send out a lot of little tendrils. If there are a lot of things you're calling into being right now, if there are a lot of things you want to create, a lot of things you want to experience, she's saying you can send out multiple tendrils and draw things in a bit more quickly, or you can really focus on one thing and bring that in quite a bit more quickly than you might have expected, or your brain would assume would be possible. So if that's something you would like to do, then she's inviting us now to sort of see the timeline of your life. See it as, she's showing it to me as just as a golden line. Because of course, everything is happening simultaneously, but because that would make us pop, time is added so that things can unravel. So she's saying, see yourself on your timeline, where you are right now. And then see, for the sake of this exercise, this healing, choose one thing that you would like to bring into being. Whether that's writing a book, having a child, getting a new house, starting a new business, whatever that looks like. See that on the timeline. Just let it show up wherever it shows up, whether it's a month from now, a year from now, wherever you see it. And then just see yourself, see your higher self, folding the timeline so that what you want is now right here in your field, is now right here with you. And she's saying, as you do this, you'll receive guidance as to how you can help that happen, what your next guided step is. And it may be something very practical. It may be something that feels less practical. Sometimes the guidance I get, if I'm asking about my business or money, sometimes what I get is your inner child is throwing a tantrum right now and you need to take care of her. So my actual guided work step is to go for a walk or color in a coloring book or have a cupcake, so let the guidance show up however it is and trust that that's correct. And so she's asking me to shut up for a moment so that you can be in this energy, see yourself folding up the timeline, and just receive from Brigid or from your guides what your next step is to bring that into the place where you can see it, where you can feel it. If it doesn't feel like you're receiving anything consciously right now, just know that you might wake up with it tomorrow morning. It might show itself to you in an email from a friend or a song. Guidance can come from so many different places. And so you're being held here. Whatever you just asked for guidance for is going to show up for you. And if it's showing up right now, beautiful. Receive it. Commit yourself to doing it. However, whatever that is, however that looks. She's giving us a thumbs up. Awesome. That's the first thumbs up we've gotten today. So we'll take it. Thanks, Brigid. Okay, so she's guiding us back to our hearts. And she's inviting you to take whatever it is that you saw on your timeline, whatever that desire is, whatever that creation is, whatever that experience is, whatever that amount of money is, take it and put it in your heart. Put that desire in the chambers of your heart. Because, of course, our desires, they stem from our hearts. They come from our hearts. And your desires are holy. Your desires are, you wouldn't have that desire if it wasn't in the highest good for you to have that, to experience that, to create that. Um, so just know that whatever it is you desire, they want you to have it. It's okay to have it. And this is something that she really, really wants us to feel and know. And she's saying any resistance that comes up around, what it is that you desire, or this this spiritual energetic work of calling it in, just imagine throwing any of that into her emerald flame as well. Just dump it on. Sometimes I'll see myself like opening up my heart and just like black stuff coming out, and I just dump it on the fire or hand it to the guide I'm working with, and it goes. It's transformed. It often comes up in another way in another time, but that's okay. You just keep moving through it, because of course, as humans, we have a lot of layers to move through, a lot of layers of experience, of enculturation, things that society has said to us. And so it's really just about peeling back those layers so that we can get to our truth. It doesn't have to be the truth, because there isn't one truth. We each have our own truth. And so getting to the truth of your soul, the truth of your higher self, is what we want to do. It's really cool. That's what we're all here to do. Because of course, as you do it for yourself, you step into these higher planes, these higher energies, and as you do that, you're helping the planet hold a higher energy simply because you're in it. You're helping your friends and loved ones and family. You're helping them by sort of being a way shower, just kind of doing your thing and doing the thing that makes you happy, that brings you joy, and that helps everyone. Helps all of us. Okay, so it looks like she's sprinkling like gold dust on us now, like gold sparkles, which is really cool. Thanks, Brigid. All right. So what is that? What are we doing here? Okay, it feels like she's throwing us a little Imbolc party. And this is really fun because I've literally never celebrated Imbolc. I didn't even know what it was till like a week ago. And then I get guided so strongly to do this. So she's throwing us a little Imbolc party. And she's saying, this is a party for your new self. She's saying each of you, each of us, we've all shed something. She's showing it to me like we've all shed, like a snake when it sheds its skin. All of us shed something major yesterday. And we may be in the process of it. We may still be feeling through it. It may, we may have no idea what it is. It could be showing up in a number of different ways, but we each shed something big yesterday. And so we're now in a new place, and it feels like that's why we're here today. It's to fill up what we've shed, like because when you release an old belief system or grief or some past pain, whenever you release something like that, you create more space. And of course what we want to do is release as much of the stuff that doesn't serve us as possible, so we create space to call in what does serve us, to call in what we do want. And so she's saying there's a lot more space now today than there even was yesterday. And so she wants us to fill in that space with these really high vibrations, with this love, with the love that she has for all of us. She deeply, deeply loves you. She deeply loves everyone, of course. Ascended masters do that, they're good at that. But she has a special relationship with each one of you. That's why you're here. That's why you were called to this, rather than doing whatever else you could be doing right now. So she has that really deep love for you, that deep desire to help you create the life that you want, to receive the support that would best serve you, that you desire. And so she's helping us to fill in this new space that was opened up both by the hard work that all of us have been doing, but also by the energies. The shift of yesterday, I didn't realize the shift was today. It's really cool. The shift of yesterday. And so we're filling in that space with golden sparkles, with her emerald flame, with her love, with the love that our higher selves have for our human selves, with the love that each of our guides and angels have for us, because of course we all have devoted guides and angels, and however you see it, however you connect with this idea of guidance. But I'm just seeing all of our guides here surrounding us in this space as we work with Brigid, and they're just all here to support and help and love each of us. And so the guides you work with, whether consciously or unconsciously, they're here with you. They're here with you, and they are actually, it feels like at least half of us are being worked on right now by our teams in whatever way is needed for you right now. Because of course, when we're in this space of ceremony and when we're gathered as a group, I'm here to facilitate and I'm here to receive what Brigid has for us today. But of course, you're also receiving what Brigid has for you. And your powerful energy and your powerful space is helping to hold it. And so it's like we've amplified what we can receive, the guidance and the healing that can be received is amplified by your energy, by my energy, by our collective energy together, whether you're here right now or you're watching and participating later. We're all just in the same little time together. So this is amping it up. So your guides, your team is working with your energy. It looks like some codes are being rewritten. It looks like some upgrades are being received. You're all getting what you need now. Of course, this isn't coming from me. This is coming from them. This is coming from Brigid. I'm just sort of I'm more the translator. Okay, so yeah, just breathe with whatever you're experiencing, whatever you're receiving right now. And if you feel anything that feels sticky or dark or old, if you feel it rise up, perfect, welcome it. It's moving out of you because it can't stay in this new space that you're in this love and vibration that we're basking in right now. So if the emotion comes up, if something you don't really want to deal with comes up, perfect, beautiful. Just notice it, name it if that helps, honor it, in whatever way you feel guided to honor it, whether that's feeling it, asking if it wants something from you, and just observing. And then turning it over to your guides, to Brigid, to the light. Okay, so I'm seeing in that timeline that Brigid guided us to, I'm seeing it unravel, like unrolling out in front of us. And so she's saying you have a choice as to the path that you take. And this is why she's really calling us to our desires right now, because she wants us to be walking strongly and powerfully toward what it is we want to create, toward the life that we would like to have, rather than towards something we think we should do, or something our families or our society or our job told us we should do. So she's really activating, and it looks like she's lighting a little Bunsen burner under each of us with her green flame to activate our desires and to help us really feel and understand and know that what you most deeply desire, what brings you the most joy, that's what you're supposed to be doing. That's what you're supposed to be doing, not there's a supposed to, she doesn't put that word, but that's what you're called to. That's what the entire universe will line up to support you in, because that's your holy desire that was given to you by the divine. This was, this is how your higher self talks to you. When you feel expansive and joyful, that's your higher self saying, like, yes, more of this. Yes, go this way. And if something feels painful or contracted, that's your higher self saying, okay, what is this? What's here for us to acknowledge and to shed? So, whew. Like there's a lot of energy right now, so just breathe with it. Have some water. Feel free. Just be present with whatever your experience is. Okay. And she's saying life is here to support you. The earth, Mother Earth, is here to support you. Your guides are here to support you. Your people, your friends, your family, they're here to support you. Of course, make sure that that support feels good, because of course they're humans having their human experience. And she's saying that as you see this path light up in front of you towards your desires, it's almost like before we were either walking or crawling or maybe sitting in the center of our path and just like throwing a fit. That's me most of the time. But she's saying, however you were moving toward what you wanted on your path, however you were moving forward, where before we were walking, it's like now we're on a moving, the moving sidewalks in the airport. It's like we're on that now. So even if you just feel like you're standing still, even if you feel like you need to sit down and throw a tantrum for a while, you're still moving. Whereas before, maybe you weren't moving backward, but you weren't moving forward. Now, even if you're standing still, you're still moving forward, because that's what the energy is doing right now. That's what she's saying, which is really cool. And if if you're walking, if you're really moving toward it with your power and your desire and your love and whatever else you're using on your path, on your journey, if you're moving strongly with that, you're moving even faster because you're being helped. The sidewalk is moving under you. So I just want everybody to know that you have a lot more assistance now with the energy of the world, with your guides, with your own energy and heart and higher self. You have more than you've ever had in the past. So she's saying things can happen in a different way now. 2018 is a powerful year. And of course, the entire realm of angels is going to line up to help you with this, because everyone who's here has such a big heart and such a desire to help, to serve. And so this is where we're needed. And of course, the thing that brings you joy, the thing that you're really good at, the thing that people need from you in the way that only you can give it, even if it feels like the same thing that a bunch of other people are doing, people need it in the way that only you can give it. And they need it now. They need it. Like, you have tools that the world needs now. You have energy that the world needs now. You have words and creations and knowledge that the world needs now. And so this is why we're getting so much help in creating the life we want, the life that really supports us as we do whatever it is we're doing. And knowing that we're supported, and knowing that there's like an unprecedented level of help right now, that makes me feel better, I'll tell you that. So, let's see. Just check in and be, yeah, okay, there's more for us to do. I didn't really know how long this was going to take, so we're just going to roll with it as long as she wants. Okay, she has one more thing for us. Okay, actually, she's saying for those of you who are on live, if there's anything in particular, not like a personal question, but like if there's it feels like there's a bit of a theme here that, okay, what exactly are we asking? That's not very clear. Okay, she's asking if you're on live and you would like to share, what are you desiring now? She'd just like you to share that with us if you want, if you feel called to. Feel free to share what you really desire now. Feels like there might be a theme that wants to be played with a little bit here. So that was a piece of it, and there's one other piece before we complete. Okay, she's sending us like a wave of grounding. It's like a wave of Mother Earth. I don't know how to explain it. It's like I'm seeing like salt water, like the really healing salt water of the ocean and the ground and the sky. It's like she's reminding us that all of the elements can balance within us. We can balance the air and the fire and the earth and the water. And when we're really supported on all four of those levels, that's when we're really embodied and we're able to do what it is that we're here to do. So she just wants to, okay, so she's working. Okay, and she'll be doing this as I look at what you guys are saying. She'll be working with your energy. So if you have a little bit too much air or fire, she'll bring in some water and some earth, or vice versa. So she's going to work with you on grounding your energy, especially as we complete here, because kind of lifted the energy up, and then kind of sometimes feel a little discombobulated. So she's going to work with each of you individually on that. And yay. Okay, so awesome. Thanks, guys. Yeah, okay. Just trying to see a theme. Anybody else who has anything they want to pop in, please do. Courtney says to have my farm and herbal medicine business. I really love that. That's amazing. Terry says to step up into my new coaching and writing business in a bigger way. Ooh, yeah, I'm really feeling that for you, Terry. That's so beautiful. And I almost called you Raccoon. I'm sorry. I'm sure that's not how you pronounce your name, but I love raccoons and it just popped out that way. Discernment, good discernment in regards to teachers. Awesome. Yeah. Raccoons are great. I wanted a pet raccoon, but that seems like a bad idea. Okay. Developing a spiritually based, Jamie says, developing spiritually based business toward coaching people dealing with things. Beautiful. Yeah. All of these. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so what's really obviously coming through is doing our work in the world, doing what we're so called to, and feel so deeply for ourselves. And so what she wants to say to all of us is that your desires are meant. There is a way forward. There is a way to receive all of this, and there's a way to receive it sooner than you could ever anticipate. And she's saying the way to do that is simply to drop into your heart regularly, to call in your higher self regularly, to work with your guides in whatever way you do, whatever way it feels right to you, regularly. And she's just saying it's how we support ourselves in our day-to-day life. Like, it's how we support our physical bodies, our mental bodies, our emotional bodies, our spiritual bodies day to day that keeps us in the space where we can call this in. Because basically, the way forward is to just keep feeling better, keep feeling better. So as you're really calling in and working toward and envisioning these things you want to create, you want to do, support yourself every day in feeling better. Like, okay, how can I, if you wake up, like sometimes I wake up with anxiety and, I wake up earlier than I wanted and it's just no fun. I've learned years later that I need to just get myself into a better space before I try to work, before I try to do anything, preferably before I try to talk to other people, because that never goes well. So for me, it's sometimes eating something makes me feel better. Sometimes exercise makes me feel better. It's basically just look for, if you've worked with me before, that soul sigh of relief, like look for that soul sigh of relief every day and give yourself that. Give yourself that. We've been trained to think that it's, it's self-indulgent to, take a nap in the middle of the day or, like go sit in the hot tub. I have hot tubs right down the road and it's so great. She's saying it's not self-indulgent. That is, anytime you can help yourself feel better, whether it's better is feeling great or better is feeling just, 2 steps above where you started, that is what really, like, that is the energy that helps you, helps you do your thing, helps you be in the world the way you want to be in the world. Yeah. Okay. So I am getting popped the good discernment in regards to teacher. And so this is actually going to be the same as discernment in regards to like, okay, where should I go with my business next? Where should I, how should I do X, Y, or Z? It's always about how do you feel? Like if there's a teacher you want to work with, when you like engage with them one-on-one or you engage with the stuff that they put out, how does it make you feel? Does it make you feel like, whoo, more expansive? Or does it make you feel kind of guilty or like, oh God, I should be doing that and I'm not, and I'm just going to go take a nap now. It's always like how we feel is a really good guide. So yeah, that's just what wants to come through about that. So yeah, listen to your desires, listen to your feelings. And if you're in a place where like nothing feels good, just take care of yourself, support yourself in whatever way you need. And of course, the thing that I always need to remember is that if I haven't eaten or if I'm dehydrated or if I haven't rested very well, those are that's the first place to start. And beyond that, just deep breaths, just extra oxygen. Because of course, when we get nervous or worried about something, the tendency is to be like, and like cut off our own supply of oxygen. So big breaths, deep breaths. Okay, so do you have anything else to say about that? She, not specifically, but she just wants to say that she loves all of that. She's really excited to help you all with what you're creating. And she's such a powerful guide for stepping into your divine work, your life's work, into birthing, your creative businesses, your creative whatever. Even if you don't think of it necessarily as creative, you are creating when you're building it. So she loves all of that. She feels really drawn to each of you and really would love to work with each of you on your thing, like the deepest desire. So yeah, this is, she's saying it's an invitation to the party. She's sending you an invitation to like her Brigid party. And she would love to work with you in a way that feels fun, in a way that feels joyful, in a way that helps you feel better. And she just wants me to offer you, and of course you can work with her in any way you feel called, but she just wants me to offer 3 possibilities in case these are helpful or you haven't heard them before. The first one she's calling us to is talk to her before you go to sleep. Like as you're lying in bed, before you fall asleep, ask her for things. She's saying you can literally send her a wish list before you go to bed. Okay, I would like to feel better about this relationship. I would like to be guided toward this work thing. I would like to, I just had a crappy day today. Can you heal whatever needs to be healed in my energy right now? Or whatever the desire is, ask her for that before you fall asleep. And then let that work happen while you're peacefully dreaming, hopefully peacefully dreaming. And then, see how you feel when you wake up. So that's one way. The emerald flame, Brigid's green flame, you can always just breathe with that. Just picture it, breathe with it, and it will work with you in whatever way you need. There's a third thing that she wants to tell us about. What is it? Okay, she's taking me back to the Brigid party. Have a Brigid party, whatever that looks like to you. Maybe a Brigid party means, making some soup and eating it. Maybe it means a little dance party, maybe it means going to a park and swinging on the swings. You can do that as an adult. But you generally want to wait until all the little kids are gone, I've found. So yeah, those are the ideas she has. And of course, you may be called to work with her in other ways. That's perfect. That's beautiful. It's lovely. Okay, well, thank you, Brigid. She's saying that she doesn't have anything else for us at the moment. Feels like some of your guides are still working with you in whatever way is needed. So if, after we complete today, you feel like you need to rest, drink extra water, this is a lot of energy, or take a walk, whatever it is you feel you need to integrate to. She's also working with some of the elements. Like I know that I need some grounding, so she's working with me on grounding because I tend to just be way up here. So she's going to continue working with our energy, or your guides are, even when we're complete. So just pay attention, see what you need, take care of yourself in whatever way you feel called to do. Okay, so thank you, Brigid. She's thanking all of us. She's saying you are the light, you are the love, wow, okay. That seems grandiose. She's saying, say it anyway. She's saying you are the light of humanity. She's like, stop judging, Amber, just repeat what I say. So she's saying you are the light, you are the love, you are the light of humanity. You are such strong, brilliant, powerful, beautiful lights, and she wants to help you in whatever way she can. And of course, I want to help you in whatever way I can. My website is amberadrian.com. You can email me. And yeah, that feels complete. Thank you all so much. Thank you. It was such a joy to have all of you. I'm so glad you felt called to this. Yeah, yay. All right. I love it. And if I can help you in any way, you know where to find me on the places. And I love you all. Thank you so much. Mwah.